Now, Bernadus of the United Democratic Front has emerged victorious in the Sesfontein Constituency Regional Council by election, reaffirming the party's stronghold in the area. According to official results released by the Electoral Commission of Namibia, ECN, Twep secured 1,368 votes, narrowly defeating Titus Rugondo of Swapo party, who garnered 1,192 votes. A total of 3,507 votes were casted in by the by-election, with 16 ballot papers rejected. Bernadus now joins us on the line to share more on his victory. Very good morning to you, Mr. Bernadus. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, John. A very good morning to you, and good morning to the listeners.
Much for being with us. And first of all, congratulations on your victory. Talk to us about what will be your top three priorities during your term and how you will achieve them.
Can you hear me, John?
Yes, I can hear you. My question is, first of all, congratulations. Just talk to us about what your top three priorities be during your term and how you will actually start by, going about those priorities.
Yeah, John, I'm joining. First of all, I would like to express my appreciation and gratitude to the people of Sesfontein Constituency who have shown that really I am the candidate that they have chosen. This race has never been easy. I know it was a difficult choice for them, but hopefully they decided that I'm the best candidate to lead this constituency to prosperity. I have set a few points that I want to look at as a regional councillor. In terms of education, I know that education is a very important tool in order for us to alleviate poverty. We know in the rural areas it is difficult. It is very difficult for learners to even go to school, especially tertiary education. So I want to assist through my office students with scholarships, especially with registration fees, and I wish to introduce e-learning centers in various growth points. And I'm also having an idea to establish a constituency vocational training center. In terms of health services, there is a clinic that has been constructed with the assistance of Gondwana Collection at Palamwag Lodge. That building has been completed, but then it's not operating. So I want to look at means to make sure that we engage the relevant authorities in order for that clinic to start operating so that the communities can be saved. There is also a challenge with a doctor at the Sesfontein Health Center. In terms of, in the Namibian context, a health center is supposed to have a qualified medical doctor, but the one of Sesfontein does not have. So I wish to engage the authorities so that a doctor is permanently stationed at Sesfontein Health Center. In terms of health, again, is the issue of the ambulance at Sesfontein. During 2019, an ambulance was donated to Ministry of Health in Gunene region, but that ambulance for 2 years now is standing broken in Opuwo. And I wish to look at that so that there is an ambulance, a permanent ambulance that can take care of patients at Sesfontein Health Center. In terms of safety and security, I wish to look at police posts at Ochikondavirongo, Puros, Ochokavare, and area. We know that crime rates are rising, especially in areas where farming takes place in the Grootberg area, where stock theft is the main crime. So we wish to have the police closer so that they can deal with these cases immediately. In terms of agriculture and water provision, we know that water is life. So I have only 5 months now, from now until November, where there will be elections again. So my main thing now is to look at areas where water is the main challenge because everybody needs water. And in terms of agriculture, I wish to look at projects that can really work for us to make our own food because food is needed by everyone. When people are food secured, then people can be healthy and then people can have energy to carry out the tasks that are necessary. I also want to look at training of gardeners on new gardening methods. I know in rural areas, people only use means that is using so much water. So I want to engage the relevant stakeholders such as the Agri-Bank and the Ministry of Agriculture so that they can come in and then install these new methods in the minds of our gardeners so that they are able to produce food in a short period of time in order for them to eat. I also wish to encourage and assist emerging farmers to benefit through the resettlement program. People only hear these things. They only hear these things that people are being resettled, but they don't know the means or the procedure on how they can apply in order to qualify for programs like this. I also wish to look at development of new gardens at Ochikona Virongo, Omuramba, Onguta, and area. Now, when I'm talking about gardening in those areas, I'm sure that people are thinking, how would the garden work in an area where elephants are roaming often? So we want to look at ways how we can keep away these animals because we need food and we can't sit there and watch and say, no, elephants will destroy these fields and we can't plant crops. We need to find ways how we can keep the animals away so that people are able to reap their produces.
Councillor, Councillor, thank you so much for briefing us on that. Talk to us about how you plan to keep your constituents, or rather the residents of your constituency, informed and engaged, because that will also be a very important aspect to look into.
Yeah, no, it is the mandate of the Office of the Regional Councillor to engage the inhabitants every now and then. I wish to have public meetings, especially in growth points, and then listen to the problems of my constituents. There are also village development committees that are already in place in certain places. So I also wish to engage the village development committees, or rather advise them so that they can have meetings with their communities and hear problems from their communities, and then even when I don't visit, channel these problems to my office so that I can look at ways how to resolve their problems.
What are your plans for working with the national or rather regional bodies to, of course, secure resources and also improve services of the people of Sesfontein?
I have been working for the Regional Council for the past 12 years, and I basically have the know-how which door I should knock for which problem. So I wish to have the assistance of my regional councillors so that we look at issues that are affecting the inhabitants of the region, and then we engage the relevant authorities and find ways how to assist my constituents.
And also talk to us about how transparency, or rather how you will ensure transparency in your office to demonstrate ethical leadership, especially if faced with challenges such as conflict of interest.
Accountability and transparency are the most important tools in the public office. I wish to be at the forefront to encourage technocrats and leaders in various spheres of developmental projects and government offices to be transparent and accountable. And my office my office wish to encourage all the technocrats and leaders that are in leadership positions to be transparent, so that people can, they can have information at the right time.
Very well. Now, talk to us about your vision long-term. How will your leadership contribute to long-term sustainable improvements for the constituents of Sesfontein. And what is your message to the residents of Sesfontein in what they will be expecting from you in your term?
I know that many people are expecting a lot from me, but there are so many challenges that are facing Sesfontein constituency currently, and most especially Namibia. Unemployment is real, and my idea is the prospect of us thinking that all of us would be employed is impossible. I'm thinking to empower local entrepreneurs so that they have the capacity to participate in the provision of providing goods and services. So I wish to encourage people that have registered companies so that they can come forth, so that we can train them on how to engage or how to do tendering process in order for them to win tenders and at least provide temporary employment to their fellow beings.
Now, you've told us that you are over 12 years, if I speak under correction, the amount of terms, rather the period you've worked at the regional council in your region. Talk to us about, what young people can expect from you, or rather even more so, the challenge really in terms of unemployment, and what are some of the areas you hope to improve to now help curb unemployment in your constituency?
Yes. Unemployment, like I said earlier, is real, and that's why my office would look at ways like supporting or providing support to self-help projects so that communities can be assisted, or projects can be assisted in groups mostly or individually, so that they do their businesses and then have at least some income for themselves. On the other hand, I also wish to encourage tourism leasehold holders for my office to seek for investors in order for them to be assisted and then make their tourism establishments operational in order to employ the inhabitants.
Very well. What is your final message to not only the residents of Sesfontein, Councillor, but the entire Namibian nation who, of course, have shared belief in you to, of course, now come victorious as the constituency councillor of Sesfontein?
My final message to the inhabitants of Sesfontein constituency is I just wish to inform them that my office is open for everyone. My office is open for everyone. They can engage my office anytime, and then we can help each other to look at ways that will improve the livelihoods of the inhabitants of Sesfontein constituency.
Very well. Thank you so much, Mr. Tweb. Councillor, thank you so much for being with us this morning, and congratulations once again. We wish you, of course, a very good term serving as Councillor of Sesfontein.
Thank you very much, John.
That was Bernadus, the new councillor of the constituency of Sesfontein, sharing with us his key priorities as he embarks on his term as councillor of that constituency, saying that education, that is health, as well as safety and security are part of, or rather among his key priorities to, of course, improve the livelihood of all the constituents of Sesfontein.